Hui o Mirazorth, Porthcurno.
Well, welcome to this week's Cornwall channel, a very special broadcast this week because I'm joined with Malcolm Bell from Visit Cornwall. Welcome, Malcolm.
Delighted to be here.
You all good?
That's really good, and looking forward to next year and another buzzy year, hopefully.
Well, it's been a fantastic year. We've had some good weather. How has it been in general for Cornwall?
It's been a good year. The summer's been good. What's even better is we've been voted for the 5th year in a row Britain's favourite holiday destination. So not only have we had some sunshine this year, we've had further success of being right at the heart of what people love about a holiday and love coming to Cornwall.
Excellent stuff. Well, before I explain why Malcolm's here, I just want to show a clip from one of our viewers, Darren Bassett, and this has come from the Land's End Trials down in Penzance. Have you ever been?
I've seen it. It always looks a bit of fun, a bit of mud and fun.
Well, this is typical of our Cornish roads. Are you kidding? This clip, I just want to show you from Darren Bassett.
Here he is.
So do you reckon you could have got up that hill like that then?
No, I don't think so.
I would have just given up.
I love the bouncing up and down to get over the last bit was the best thing.
Right, okay, before we talk to Malcolm here and why he's here today, we've got Lee Trewheeler coming back on the Cornwall channel from the West Britain Cornishman and Cornish Guardian newspapers after Christmas. So we're going to have a little bit of a break now, us producers here at the Cornwall channel, but Lee will be back from January. Coming up in this week's show, we have a quick report from Craig Bracefield, our reporter over in Newquay. And when we're all enjoying Christmas this year, there will be people here in Cornwall that won't be so much. And his report is very humbling, so that's coming up a little bit later. And then Captain Curnow goes to the Wild Futures Monkey Sanctuary in Loo. Now there's a place.
It is a wonderful place. It's an amazing place to spend, and the environment and the walks around there are absolutely staggering. It's a great place to go.
Now, I'm delighted that Malcolm's here because we've been playing out over the year some of the videos that Visit Cornwall's had produced. And this hour is really a special pulling as many of those together as possible so that the viewer can sit back and watch a showcase, if you like. So many good videos, so many subjects.
Is, and we just believe all you need to do to showcase Cornwall is to show Cornwall, and that's what we do in those videos. And it sort of shows not only the beauty of the place, but also some of the personality of the place and some of the quirkiness of the place, which is what we love, who live here. And I know that what our visitors love. We get 4.5 million visitors. But the most amazing thing is sort of 2/3 come at least once a year, but a lot coming more than that. So not only do they love it, but they love coming back.
Yeah, I'll just literally run through a few. We've got a video on Loo, Boscastle, Bude, West Cornwall, the Minack Theatre, all coming up in the programme, the Lizard Peninsula, Penzance and Austell Bay, the Tamar Valley, the North Coast, all such fabulous places, they really are. And one thing I've noticed with the Cornwall channel this year is we're still discovering hidden gems when I've lived here personally all my life.
I think that's amazing. It is. We've got two amazing coasts. You've got the west is amazing, but you've also got these nuggets right in the middle, and I think it's the same. You know, I've lived here on and off in different times, brought up here, 58 years, and for the first time ever I found a beach on the north coast I didn't know existed, walking along the coastal path with a dog with the tide out. So if I'm still finding it and you're still finding wonderful places, our visitors can come back many times and get a different perspective and a different experience, but still a quintessential Cornish experience.
Yeah, and I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of our viewers that's joined us this year. We know that we do get a lot watching us from outside of Cornwall as well, because they love that, to see what's going on and things like that. So a massive thank you from myself and everyone involved in the Cornwall channel, all of our producers. My thanks to all the sponsors, the advertisers, and of course we'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, from the both of us, and a Happy New Year.
And with that, we all know that although everybody's really buzzy about Christmas and there's been a lot of planning into Christmas, what's the question you normally get on Boxing Day and between Boxing Day and New Year is, where are we going on holiday? So, You'll know where a lot of you want to come to Cornwall, but we've got the guide coming out. That's available. It'll be on the telephone number below. And of course, don't forget, visit cornwall.com, the website where those videos are embedded with lots of information and lots of ideas. So happy Christmas, happy New Year, and happy holiday planning coming to Cornwall.
Excellent. Enjoy the show, and thank you very much, Malcolm.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name's Craig, producer for Newquay area. Today I can honestly say I was truly humbled by the work that's going on in Newquay surrounding homelessness and general need. Now, I went along to the URC church in Newquay High Street and got a taste of exactly what it is that they do there for homeless people and for people that are just in need. There's plenty that we can do as well, as viewers, as locals, and people that live here. Simple things like, instead of throwing away those old clothes, take them along to the URC and they'll dish them out to people who really need them. And it's not just the homeless people, it's people that really need items that you might throw away. Old jackets, towels, shoes, boots, hats, gloves, things that are in your loft, things that are in your garage you don't use anymore. Think about that. We're sitting there nice and warm in a homeless Christmas. These guys are out there pretty cold. So if you can spare some time and a few odds and ends, get yourself down there, have a look at this, see what you reckon, and we'll catch you at the end. I've just seen a lady hand over a thermos to someone, and it was with love, and they didn't ask for anything in return. In fact, all they did was talk about how they could get more things if you need them, and that's the kind of place this is. So you're seeing more and more people that aren't homeless coming in as well, or a majority homeless people in Newquay?
It varies. We don't ask them any questions for their background as such. However, once they get talking, they sometimes open up, and we do get to know a bit about their background. So until that point in time, we just don't know. And like I said, we're not there to judge at all, to provide a service for them. In the past, I've seen on the odd occasion a whole family have come in, possibly just a mother and father or partner with 2 children. Again, they come in and they're surprised that we're here. They obviously hear about it through word of mouth, and they come in and they have a chat, have a cup of coffee, and stay here for an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then they go on their way.
So Kim, can you tell me how you helped out?
Well, I helped a few people actually. I went home to my own flat and cooked them several meals and brought them, like, wrapped them in tubs.
Voluntarily? For
thermal tubs, yeah, just because they needed
the
feeding and they were starving.
And homeless.
And I brought them down to the post office for them and made them, well, lots of bread and butter, and made sure that they got a nice warm meal inside them for that day.
When I come here, I had a little bit of a bumpy landing, so I was living in a tent, had nowhere to live, and like the subject that you're talking about, I had to ask for help, and I found help with like quite a lot of people: Solemn, Pasha, United Reformed Church.
Are there other things that people could expect if they came here, if they wanted it?
Well, yes, obviously, because it's in the church, it has got a religious connotation to it, and if they wish to talk about Christianity or the Bible, then we will sit in a quiet place and talk to them. If they have issues where they want to sit quietly and pray, we will pray with them as well. And obviously tell them about the service and a bit about the Bible itself, if they require that. But it's obviously comes from them initially, and because from the church, it's naturally that's what it's going to take place.
And so, Dave, also we were speaking earlier about some of the other things that are available here, and certainly from January, there's a new installation going in downstairs beneath the church where we are now, and it looks like it's going to be a bit more purpose-built. Can you elaborate on that somewhat?
The plan B is that downstairs will be purely for the soup kitchen, and up here will be just for the coffee morning. So it'll be 2 separate entities within the same location.
And
They're back,
if, no, they don't turn their back, love,
No.
because so the people that we work for from this United Reformed Church and Pasha and Old Solemn and all the ones that I mentioned before, they are very helpful, and you know, they do believe in.
They do support you.
They do support
They
you.
do. They bend over backwards.
They
to
will.
help you,
They will
no
bend over
matter
backwards
what.
for you in Cornwall,
Yeah.
just to help you to progress your life from where you started, and it's done
Sleeping
lots
bags.
for me, absolutely lots. Like since I was living in the tent, now I'm music classes, arts and crafts, IT courses. Now I'm trying to do this counselling with them. So hopefully it's working good. It's all good, and I hope that it works out. And for anyone who wants to join, don't be scared. Get in. There's people there to help you.
Yeah.
So that's my report for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really good to talk to the volunteers and the people that are also using the service themselves. So like I said at the beginning of the show, I hope you can dig around in your loft, dig around in your garage and have a look at those items that you don't need anymore, and maybe pop them down to the URC this week. Okay, you're going to really help somebody out. So if you're feeling that in your heart, get out there and make some donations. Thanks a lot. We'll speak to you later.
Merry Christmas from everybody at the Cornwall channel.
The West Country Rivers Trust are passionate about the rivers and streams of Cornwall. They're a vital natural resource for wildlife and people, and it's our job to ensure they stay that way.
I love paddleboarding on the River Gannel. It's beautiful, the water's crystal clear.
It's almost a corridor between the sea and the river. Paddling up the estuary, you see fantastic wildlife, amazing houses, little boat houses. I couldn't think of anything better to do.
We are on a fantastic stream, it's the Delank. It's a tributary of the Camel. Often fishing all the way down. Here it's brown trout. Further down you get salmon and sea trout. There's fantastic fishing, varied fishing, and it's just one of the loads of places available for fishing in Cornwall.
And it's great to kayak on the rivers in Cornwall. You've got such a variety of habitats. You see lots of different types of wildlife. It's a great place to come out and relax, or even just for a great bit of exercise as well, get you out in the sunshine. It's always important as well when you do come in water, just to make sure you've got permission to be paddling where you're actually going, and also make sure the water's deep enough so you're not damaging any potential habitats and wildlife.
And if you follow any of Cornwall's rivers all the way down to the sea, the chances are you'll end up on one of Cornwall's fantastic beaches.
Ahoy there! I be Captain Curnow in Portreef, and you're watching the Cornwall channel.
Cornwall is special. Cornwall is special for plants people, and it always has been. And our climate is just amazing for plants. We can get to grow stuff that you just can't grow elsewhere. Lost Gardens of Halligan is a beautiful, tranquil place with a lot of history and tradition that you can see and a working garden. You know, we've got things here that you just won't see other places.
These gardens are very amazing and interesting.
That's fantastic, you know, it's looks like a lot of work's been put into bringing the gardens back to as they are today, and it's lovely, fantastic, it's a nice place to come.
I think you'd have to say it was a cottage garden style, but I do let nature in. I like the flowers to seed and do their own thing as well. It's particularly good early spring because we get quite warm springs and a longer season than elsewhere in the land.
So this is the kind of thing where you can spend an afternoon here, you can wander around and relax, I think have a cup of tea here, a biscuit and that kind of stuff, and yeah, it's just generally good for relaxing, I think.
I like to look round and get ideas for my own garden. It's lovely to see the plants in the setting that it is, and it does give you inspiration for your own planting.
It's a very peaceful garden, and we do like to attract the wildlife, butterflies and bees, and lots of little frogs from the pond and things like that.
Oh, bit nippy. You're watching the Cornwall channel. Today, I'll be exploring the Monkey Sanctuary. One ticket price gets you in for a whole year. You can see the woolly monkeys, capuchin monkeys, and Barbary macaques. In the activity room, there's lots of fun things to do. Or you can just chill out with a book. Check out the bat zone and the wildlife room. It's a fox and educational videos. If you're feeling a little peckish, climb up to the Treetop Cafe. The monkeys get a great selection of food too. My mum told me not to play with my food, but the monkeys are encouraged to do it. That's a fun little challenge for the monkeys, to get their food out the tube. But these monkeys weren't always so well looked after. This cramped cage is how some poor monkeys were kept before being rescued by the sanctuary. While you're here on your visit, you can adopt a monkey. I adopted this cheeky chappy Kodak. Down at the play area, you can swing around like a monkey yourself. Or just stroll through the gardens and enjoy the view. The gift shop is full of monkey goodies to remind you of your special day.
Our first cruise departs 22nd of April for 10 days cruising south to the sun, calling at Vigo, Cadiz, Gibraltar and Oporto from £899 per person. On the 1st of May, there's an 11-day cruise to the beautiful Norwegian fjords. Prices start at £949 per person. Or for some summer sun, we have a 13-day cruise departing on the 11th of August, calling at Madeira and the Canary Islands from £999 per person. We also have a Gardens and History cruise departing Falmouth 23rd of August, visiting northern Spain, France and St Mary's from £890 per person. Call 0800 652 3452 now or call into any Newell's travel branch for more details.
Looking for a home maintenance company you can trust? Ocean now provides a whole range of expert maintenance services, from heating, electrics and plumbing to refurbishment and roofing. And thanks to our 24-hour emergency call-out service, you're always covered. Ocean, we do more than you think. To find out more, call St Austell 874488 today or visit www.morethanyoutthink.co.uk.
The Best Western Restormal Lodge Hotel, Lostwithiel, Cornwall, is an AA 3-star hotel with 36 rooms. Being only 10 minutes from the Eden project, our contemporary hotel in Lostwithiel offers free Wi-Fi, an outdoor heated pool and free parking. With an on-site restaurant and bar, we have all you need for a relaxing break. All of our bright, airy rooms are an ensuite with flat-screen TVs, hairdryers and tea, coffee making facilities. Our conservatory restaurants have seasonal menus offering Cornish produce, while the lounge bar provides local ales and a well-stocked wine cellar. For your next visit to Cornwall, please check out our availability online or call us on 01208 872 223.
BK Coatings was established in 1990 and specialise in all types of decorating and industrial coatings. We're located in St Austell but cover the whole of Cornwall and West Devon. We can provide quotation for a single room to complete internal and external, commercial and domestic, using our fully trained team. We are also experts in industrial coatings to include shot blasting, steelwork painting, roof linings and concrete repairs. Contact us now for your free, no obligation quote.
Has your estate agent offered you a banquet and just left you cold turkey? Let the FAC Group give you the fix that you need. We are offering a market-leading 1% plus VAT for a limited time over the winter period. This incredible promotion won't last forever, so call us now to arrange a free, no-obligation market appraisal.
Welcome back to the Cornwall channel, me hearties.
Welcome to Porthcurno, home of the Telegraph Museum, Minack Theatre and one of the best beaches in Cornwall. Here history runs beneath your feet. This beautiful valley was the hub of global communications for over 100 years, and you don't have to dig deep to discover its history and culture.
They started laying cables from Porthcurno in 1870, and at its height there were 14 cables leaving Porthcurno going all over the world to send messages. The cables would be laid on the seabed across the ocean, and they would come in under the sand from the beach. Before cables were laid, they had to use sailing ships that would take all these messages around the world. And Falmouth used to be the biggest mailing port in this country, and they used to have special ships called packet ships that would take these messages all around the world.
There was a telegraphy station here at Porthcurno from 1870 right up to the Second World War and beyond, in fact to 1970. And in the 1930s, it was actually the busiest telegraph station in this country and probably one of the busiest in the world.
Since the 1980s, we have a new type of cable, which are fiber optic cables that still come into Porthcurno, and 90 to 95% of all your emails, telephone calls, even your mobile phone calls still go by cables. And Porthcurno is still a place where cables are landing.
Merry Christmas from everybody at the Cornwall channel.
It's a place where I was born and I grew up in a safe, fabulous surroundings. I can go to the woods, I can go on the beach, I can go fishing. You can come and watch fish landed. It's a working port. Every morning I go on the market and buy my fish, and it is amazing the quality of our fish. No, not cooked yet.
Loo is one of the best places in Cornwall to actually come to discover wildlife, and there's so much variety and it's so accessible. You've got Loo Island, where we've got seals. You've got so many opportunities to go fishing. We've got the most amazing environment down here with the rocky shore. We've got bird watching, we've got woodland trails with mammals and bats, and of course kids love to go crabbing along Loo Quay, which is sort of like a family favourite. But it is important to be safe, and it is important to engage with wildlife in a responsible way. So as the Loo Marine Conservation Group, we encourage people to discover, explore, be inspired. Then you've also got the Loo Valley going inland, which is absolutely delightful to catch the train on one of Cornwall's scenic branch lines and to explore. So it's a great touring base.
So conservation in Loo isn't just about marine conservation. Here at Wild Futures Monkey Sanctuary, we rescue monkeys from lives of abuse and neglect and give them a home for life. And we also support overseas conservation charities who are working to protect primates and their habitats worldwide. In addition to that, we have quite an extensive wildlife gardens on site, which we manage in order to protect native species. Sometimes we see common lizards down in the gardens, but also we see much rarer species such as the pale-bordered fritillary butterfly, and we have a colony of lesser horseshoe bats who live on site here as well.
Ahoy there, I'm Captain Curno, and you're watching the Cornwall channel.
Well, it's a wonderful small community that seems unchanged by time. Wide range of shops and places to stay, wide range of museums and attractions to visit. We're set on the beautiful unspoilt North Cornwall coast. You leave the shelter of the valley here, you go up over the top and there's this enormous expanse of ocean, this lovely big rock called the Meachard, and you know that what's coming and hitting you in the face has come straight away from America.
I came to Boscastle 6 years ago from the Yorkshire Dales to paint the sea, and I draw my inspiration from the South West Coast Path which runs through the village. The views up there are just spectacular, the light, the colours, the strata of the rock and the sea, it's wonderful. I also spend a lot of time doing the inland walks here up the Valencia Valley, which is a woodland with the Valencia River running through it. The flowers, the wildflowers and the wildlife are just amazing.
Thomas Hardy came to this area and was very much inspired by the time he spent here courting with Emma Lavinia Gifford. They spent a lot of their time exploring the area. She would ride, he would walk.
Welcome to Boscastle Pottery, home of mockerware. Mockerware is an ancient form of slip decoration using a herb. Only one herb in the world that will regrow itself on the wet pot, just like that. Each day the mood's different down the harbour. Some mornings it's really soft, hardly a breeze at all, just the birds. Other times there's storms and gales. You see seals, dolphins, cormorants and all sorts.
We had a disastrous flood here in Boscastle August the 16th, 2004. Because of the way technology works, shown all over the world, and became infamous for a while. Felt we were able to gather together as a community and support each other after that. People come and say, I don't know what all the fuss was about, because you'd never know. People come to Boscastle thinking they're going to be here 10 minutes and end up spending the whole day.
Ahoy there! I'm Captain Cornwall in Falmouth, and you're watching the Cornwall channel.
Just such a lovely place. It's so safe and friendly and welcoming. The people here are just wonderful, and the beaches and the whole scenery is so relaxing and peaceful and completely stress-free.
The Seaport was built in 1930 to create a safe haven for people to swim, and it's become an iconic structure. It was free at the point of entry then, and it's free at the point of entry now, and it's open all year round. This area of North Cornwall is relatively unspoiled. Some dramatic views of the cliffs and the surrounding area, and it has space. That's what the people like. It's the space, the quietness. You can get away from people, even in the heights of summer.
The canal was completed in 1825. The canal reached Holsworthy, one branch about 10 miles from here, and Launceston was the other branch about 20 miles from here. Well, nowadays, of course, it's given over to canoeing, lots of canoeing and boating activities, a very active course angling society that looks after the canal very well indeed and stocks it particularly well. Well, Bude offers so much, doesn't it, in terms of the sea and the cliff walks, coast and countryside. The town shops are often family owned, and that creates a very nice atmosphere.
It's just something here for everyone, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. It's just perfect.
Ahoy there! You're watching the Cornwall channel.
The scenery. The attitude of people. Laid back and nice people.
And we've got such a beautiful range of coastline, from cliffs, caves, to some of the most magical beaches in the world. And whatever you want to do, we will be able to accommodate you.
The surf's fantastic.
It's a unique place, and I think artists have recognised that for a long time.
I always wanted to come and paint in St. Ives because of what my fellow artist said. It's just a unique place. There's a lot of history of British painters painting from here.
I like the Cornish ice cream.
Pasties are gorgeous.
Just come down for the cider.
Go Jute is a company with Cornish roots but with a global reach with offices in Holland, USA, Australia and India. Specialising in premium quality jute and cotton bags for the individual customer and the corporate blue chip companies. Following the success of Go Jute, our sister company southwesterlywindbreaks.com is the first company in the world to offer an organic cotton windbreak printed with your corporate imagery as well as a stock range of designer windbreaks. Go Jute prides itself on its friendly and innovative approach. To view our full range of products with the in-house screen printing and embroidery, as well as other promotional products, please visit us online at gojute.co.uk. The new Indian takeaway in St Austell, Spice, is located at 6 Porthcurno Road. Serving the finest Indian cuisine with focus on spice up your health. With a wide varied menu to choose from, you can view their menu online at spicecornwall.com. Spice are open 7 days a week from 5 PM until 11 PM. They offer a delivery service and 10% discount on takeaways that are collected. Phone your order through now on 01726 755 75.
Church End Veterinary Centre has been providing care for pets, horses and farm animals in St Austell and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We are now a 15-strong team of veterinary surgeons, nurses and support staff committed to providing the best possible care for your animals, including a 24-hour emergency service using vets from our practice. Please visit us online, churchendvets.co.uk, or call St Austell 72095.
Kingsley Village, so easy to get to with plenty of free parking. Come and browse all we have to offer under one roof. Why not feast your eyes over our delicious array of Cornish produce from our extensive food hall through to our cafe and Cornish crafts. Come and see why Kingsley Village is Cornwall's #1 choice for a Sunday carvery, served from 11:30 AM. You will not be able to resist our mouth-watering selection of meats and vegetables. Kingsley Village at Fradden, the unique shopping venue in the centre of Cornwall.
Mortgage Works is an experienced residential mortgage broker specialising in all types of residential mortgage arrangements and offers a comprehensive range of products and services to our clients. If you're looking for the most suitable deal on residential or commercial mortgages, you've come to the right people. Our job is to give you the information you need to make informed choices about the products that fit your requirements and help you arrange the finance you need. Pop in and see us in St Austell or contact us today for a no-obligation discussion.
Just imagine stepping into your very own warm, bubbling oasis after a long day to soothe away those aches, pains and stresses of everyday life. Cornish Hot Tubs have over 100 spas to choose from and have an experienced sales and service team to make your dream a reality. Let Cornish Hot Tubs help you relax, unwind and enjoy life with a little luxury in your back garden.
Welcome back to the Cornwall channel, me hearties.
West Cornwall primarily consists of two big peninsulas. There's Penwith, which we're on the edge of here, which spreads out west from here down to the far southwest end at Land's End. And then to the south is the Lizard, which goes down to the most southerly point. So we've got both the most westerly points and the most southerly points in the country here. I think the great thing about the coast path generally, and this bit possibly even more so in particular, is the great variety of the landscapes and of the scenery that you see. It just goes to show the depth of history you've got on the coast and also up on the moors. These fascinating places like the Minack Theatre, some of them go way back to the Neolithic age. You're talking about 3000 BC. It's just that depth of history. It really is incredible.
Welcome to Robinson's Shaft Engine House. The engine house was built in 1903. It was built out of reclaimed granite from disused engine houses around Cornwall.
We are a gateway site to the Cornish Mining World Heritage Site. We're here to tell the story of all the other sites. And Cornwall has, an incredible, assets and legacy to be proud of in terms of Cornish mining. We have incredible pioneers of global renown. In Camborne, we've got Trevillick. In Redruth, we've got Murdoch, who are both still celebrated today. The introduction of steam engine power for the first time, the introduction of the first gas-powered light anywhere in the world in this incredible district, aptly named as the capital of Cornish mining.
A visit to West Cornwall wouldn't be complete without visiting the areas that the artist painted. You've got Penzance and Newlyn on one side of the peninsula and St Ives on the other side, and some world-class galleries that show the work that the artist produced here on the spot.
Well, it's just the most amazing place to live. There's so much to see and do. When I first saw the beaches here, I was stunned. I thought I was looking out at maybe a Greek island. You've got the white sand and the turquoise sea and these stunning cliffs. It's just incredible. There's just so much to do. I'm never sure where I'll get the time.
Ahoy there! I be Captain Curnow in Portreef, and you're watching the Cornwall channel.
And this place is a spectacle in its own right. Here you've got the granite, you've got the Atlantic, you've got the open air, you've got everything that makes Cornwall special. 80 years ago, this was just a piece of rough cliff. Rowena Cade came to live here, bought this chunk of land, got involved with local theatre, and started building this theatre for her friends in 1932 for The Tempest. And now, 80 years on, we are an internationally famous open-air theatre with visitors from all over the globe, and about 80,000 people will watch a performance here this summer, and another 120,000 people or so will just come to explore the spectacle of the place in its own right.
It's affordable theatre. It doesn't cost us a fortune to come as a family. It's a great venue, great atmosphere, and they get some really good theatre companies coming.
We have 750 seats. Most of our shows are full. You come here, you get a whole experience. You bring your picnics, you come and sit down in the Minack Theatre, you come and watch the show. It's open air, we have starry nights, it's absolutely beautiful.
What people find about this place, you come over the top of the cliff and you come down to the steps into this theatre and you're in this magical place, and the rest of the world stays up there. The location itself is marvellous. It's an iconic view of this bay. We put on, magical performances, and that's what works for me in this environment. And you come down to it, and it just takes you away.
If you haven't been to the Minack Theatre, you have not been to Cornwall.
Oh, bit nippy. You're watching the Cornwall channel.
Well, I think Lizard's a special place because everything you need is there. It's great in the winter as well as the summer. But of course, Lizard sticks out into the ocean and it's almost an island, so there's a lot of fishing, all the way from Halford River right around to Porthleven. Good fresh fish, crab, lobster, spider crab. Once you've been here, you'll come back again. People just keep coming back, probably for a few days in the winter as well as the summer, and they just get to know people, really. That's the nice bit about it.
Well, we're sitting here on the southernmost point of the UK, Lizard Point, and it's a very special place. I'm very lucky to earn some of my living travelling to far distant global destinations, but this is the place I come to when I come home. One of the great things about the Lizard is the astonishing contrast that you find. If you walk round from the east, from the Halford River, it's very sheltered from the maritime storms, and you have very lush, folded valleys. As you move round to the west of the Lizard, around Lizard Point, you get a much more dramatic seascape. Spikes of rock striking up through the sea, much heavier surf. It's a strong maritime climate.
Oh, the Lizard, absolutely unique place in the world. There's probably about 3 places where the Earth's inner crust comes to the surface, and this is one of them, which makes it pretty special. And you can see that with the serpentine rock that we get around here. And that makes it amazing for biodiversity as a whole. So we get unusual biology that comes around here, unusual geography, geology, all sorts of things, which makes it a perfect place to come and explore. We're just really lucky down here. We've got an amazing community, and hopefully we're giving more people the opportunity to see things they wouldn't normally see.
Merry Christmas from everybody at the Cornwall channel.
I love Penzance just because it is so different. There's nowhere else like it in the country, I don't think. It's great places to go and eat and drink, and galleries and good music. We have some really lovely gardens in Penzance. We've got more gardens and we've got Penley Park. They're beautiful subtropical gardens, and they're a really, really nice place to go and visit on a nice warm summer's day and go and sit there and have lunch or just relax and read a book. St Michael's Mount, it's just off the coast from Marazine, which is a really pretty little village. At low tide you can actually go and walk over there, it's not very far. At high tide you can get a boat across there, and then by the time you spend some time there it's probably going to be low tide and you can walk back over again. It's a really beautiful place to look out on, and it's lovely to be able to work so close to it.
Well, first-time visitors to Tremenere are pretty blown away, frankly, just by the sheer scale, the flamboyant planting, and the views and the atmosphere, actually. It really does seem to strike home, because it's a very special place.
It adds something really special to somebody's visit to Cornwall to know that this area has been depicted by artists and is known the world over as a place that has inspired creativity. And to stand where an artist stood, to see the world through their eyes is something really special.
I came down here for the fish trade 20 years ago and ended up staying, and I absolutely love this part of the world. The whole thing for us really is about the climate, mild winters and hopefully hot summers. That was the idea behind setting up a vineyard and orchard down here in Cornwall. It's just such a fantastic place to live. I mean, we do have a mild climate down here, some lovely old streets in Penzance, completely steeped in history, and all sorts of characters. It's the last stop on the train station. It's just a lovely place to live.
Merry Christmas from everybody here at the Cornwall channel.
I love Austell Bay because I just love being on the sea. It's one of the best places I can be. Love coming down rowing, just getting out, getting the wind in your hair.
Gig rowing is a sport that is based on the history of the boat. The traditional home is here in Cornwall. It's a truly Cornish sport, and it's a sport for all.
I would choose St Austell Bay because it's an enriching experience. You have the mixture of so many different things, from the footpaths to the great gardens to great food. Eden has the biggest collection of plants that are essential for the human condition anywhere in the world, by miles. I mean, it is on a scale unparalleled.
St Austell Bay is synonymous with English china clay, and the industrial landscape is all around. Here at Wheel Martin you can see that rich china clay heritage.
I bid you good day.
And you can also get onto the clay trails by foot or by bike, where you can see the fantastic views over the working pits as well as St Austell Bay.
St Austell Brewery we're really lucky because we're set right in the heart of St Austell, the biggest town in Cornwall. We've been here since 1851, and it is very integral to the whole community. That we get a lot of people come through who love brewing and want to find out more about their favourite beers. Then you get other people who are more interested in the social history, the families who've helped build the brewery into what it is today.
Everybody I've ever invited to come and stay wants to come back and back and back.
Ahoy there! I be Captain Curnow in Portreef, and you're watching the Cornwall channel.
Welcome to the Tamar Valley. Behind me you see what is the boundary between the county of Devon and Cornwall, and it's about 60 miles long. There's only about 4 miles of land bridge, so whichever way you come into Cornwall, you've always got to cross the Tamar. The Tamar Valley is part of the Cornwall World Heritage Site, and the public rights of way network in the valley is wonderful. The Tamar Valley Discovery Trail, you pass mining remains, you've got the cottages that the miners lived in, and all the little sort of quays where the rock and ore went down the river.
From the mouth of the River Tamar, and we'll go right up past the Saltash Bridge all the way up to Coldstock, and then from that point then you can depart. There's a train link from Coldstock. The river is a link. You can explore other areas of Cornwall up to Launceston. If you're going to go up in the summer, you come up in the winter, come up in the autumn, you'll see such a variation of change through the seasons.
Coateal, originally owned by the Edgecombe family, been in the family for about 600 years. Changed dramatically over the time. The house you see at the moment is mainly Tudor. We're here on the East Range at Coateal, looking across the terraces with a view down through the Valley Garden to Coldstock. Certainly as you first approach Cotehill, everything slows down. You can see that time's almost stood still. When you cross the small Boars Bridge into the quay, you can see the sailing barge there. You're kind of picking up the special place and the spirit of place as you arrive on the estate. Very special place.
Tamar Valley's special because it's a little bit of hidden Cornwall. It's just a lovely place to discover.
Oh, bit nippy. You're watching the Cornwall channel.
All along the north coast of Cornwall, there's a massive variety of things to do for people. Obviously in the sea, which it's famous for, and its beautiful beaches. Obviously we recommend always swim at a life-guided beach. Also on the land, you've got the beautiful coast paths. You've got lovely little fishing ports to visit. You've got lovely eateries, nice little local pubs and fine dining restaurants and all sorts of things you can do up and down the north coast. It's a beautiful area of the country.
It's so rugged, it's so spectacular. I mean, Cornwall itself is awesome. It's surrounded by coastline, and it's different on the south coast to what we have here. We have sort of larger swell here that makes a completely different look. We're straight out onto the Atlantic, which brings in some amazing creatures.
We certainly have a lot of fabulous scenery. The ability to literally walk out of your front door and be on a cliff top looking at the ocean is pretty much amazing. Yeah, it's a pretty good lifestyle.
When I moved down here, it literally was Rick Stein and a restaurant round the corner. But to see how it's grown with, you know, Nathan Outlaw, even 15 on Watergate Bay, I mean, it's just this lovely area of food, and everyone's just, you know, really up their game and doing a great job. And to have these great restaurants all in one area, I think that's what makes it so popular.
Something here for everybody, whether you be a family with young children, older children, a couple just looking to walk the coast path, just read a book and look at the view. There's just absolutely something for everyone.
I draw my inspiration from the southwest coast path. The views up there are spectacular. It's dramatic and stunning. The colour, the strata of the rocks, and the sea when the sun's playing on it is just absolutely spectacular.
Merry Christmas from everybody at the Cornwall channel.
Thank you for watching this week's Cornwall channel. We would love to hear from you, your thoughts and ideas for future Cornish programmes. This dedicated weekly channel for Cornwall on Sky and Freesat aims to deliver information and local programmes. If you have any news you think we should cover, then please get in touch using our website at cornwallchannel.co.uk or via our Facebook and Twitter pages. See you next week.